Okay, so I decided to vlog outside because it's a really pretty day. We just got this cute little fireplace going. It's not on. I actually don't even know how to turn it on. I'm gonna have to get my dad to teach me, because we've had this now for almost a week now and I have not turned it on by myself. But it's pretty interesting. And it makes it look super nice now. Like, I've been outside a lot more recently than I did ever in my life. So anyways, I wanted to vlog because so many things happened. So I didn't upload the footage of me going off on a coworker because I was like, this is too close to home. I don't want to out anyone, just in case, because you never know with social media. I just didn't want to out anyone. I wanted to respect their privacy and my privacy. So I didn't upload this vlog. So it's not gonna make sense, but I'm gonna try to sum it up because I'm kind of just like, in like an mood. So basically, my coworker, she just never shows up to work. Okay, let's just period, point blank. She just never shows up, and because one of my duties is to cover reception, yeah, all our duties are to cover reception, but if someone can't fill in, it is our duty to fill in for that person. So whoever's in the office, it's our duty. I happen to be in the office a lot more than most people, okay? So I do get taken advantage of, which is obviously, but it's just been a lot more, like, I want to say it's less lie now. A lot more people are just like, it's more obvious that people are just taking advantage. Hold on. She says she's sick, and then she starts messaging me on the work chat that we use. So, like, hello, if you're sick, like, act sick. And she just came back from vacation, and she still hasn't recovered from her sickness. It's been 3 or 4 days now. And so it's like, I'm sorry, what? And so she keeps messaging me, and I'm like, dude, like, I don't want to be like that person. So I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. She just, So I'm not saying anything, but I think we're all thinking this. Like, why is she messaging us? Oh, my God. So basically, she was like, I can't come in, I'm sick, can someone cover for me? So obviously I had to cover. But I also was doing training, which, by the way, I wasn't supposed to come in, but I was forced to come in because I had to do training for this new guy. So I came in willingly to help my boss. So I came in, I was doing my due diligence, and then all of a sudden I have to do reception on top of this, train this guy. It's just like, but the thing that I'm training on, I haven't done in over a year. So I'm like completely lost. So already I'm like super stressed out because I hate training, like, period, point blank. I don't give a fuck. I hate training someone. And especially it's a job that I haven't done in over a year. So I'm like, what the pisses me off. So I was, basically, so then I had to do reception on top of that. And I was like pissed the fuck off. And then multiple people. It's like 15 other people in that chat. She goes, her first message was like, oh, I'm sick. I'm sick. I won't come in. 2 minutes later, she goes, oh, I might be sick actually for the whole week. Who says that? So all of a sudden, everyone starts messaging in this group chat like, oh, I can't cover for you. I can't cover for you. Like, everyone's making these excuses and excuses. And I'm like, I'm sorry. You told me you were going to cover for me on Friday so I can work from home. Are you telling me you can't do that? And I wasn't, like, I said it in the most nicest way possible. So I was like, okay, well, I can cover for you tomorrow. But just so you know, like, you were supposed to cover for me. And she's like, oh, just kidding. I'll be able to come in. Like, literally, a second later, after sending that message, she goes, actually, I'm feeling a lot better. Thanks. I just got medicine for my stomach. I'm like, can you be a little bit more believable when you're trying to pretend like you're sick? Like, why are you on your phone, especially a work chat? This isn't like a text messaging. This isn't WhatsApp. This isn't like iMessage. This is literally a work chat. Okay, so that was that. And then I spilled on my shirt grease, which is very hard to get out, by the way. If you guys have never done your own laundry, it's hard to get out. So I spilled grease on me during lunch because I was having a very greasy meal because I was mad. And then I got cut off when I got home. So I get cut off, and usually it's very it's not as obvious when you get cut off. It's kind of like, did I just get cut off? That's what happens to me. This time I got so obviously cut off. I was in the middle of driving and then that person just zoop right in front of me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, was there even space? There wasn't space. Like, it pissed me off so much. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna teach this guy a lesson. So I switched lanes and then I ended up in a slower lane and he just, like, that lane just went so freaking fast that I couldn't even see him anymore. And I was like, this is the worst revenge ever. So I was pissed off the whole ride because I was like, this is embarrassing. I could have been in the fast lane if I didn't let my pride and ego get in the way. But until then, I'm going to bed. I honestly have no idea what tomorrow's gonna bring. Oh my god, you guys. Today has been such a long day. I don't even know how I'm gonna recap. Like, I'm gonna have to start first thing in the morning. Oh my god, you're right, it has been. I'm just realizing how long it's been. Oh my god. So one of the things that happened to me on my way to work. So I ended up getting into a road. So I have road rage. I think everyone does. Like, people just don't want to admit it. Like, people suck at driving, period, point blank. But I don't have physical road rage. Like, I'm not gonna cut you off and be all weird about it. So, and this road rage happened, like, I was so tired. Like, I don't give two craps. So, backstory is, since Monday, I just haven't been sleeping, you guys. And then I just realized another thing happened to me. Okay, so I gotta go completely back. I suck at telling stories. So basically, yeah, I just haven't been sleeping at all. Like, my pillows, I'm someone who's like super sensitive about comfort when I sleep. So if my pillows are not correct, like, they have to be perfectly placed. If they're not correct, I'm not sleeping. Like, period, point blank. I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping. I'm one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people, but my head is just those people. Like, I need to be super comfortable before I go to bed. So Monday to now, I just haven't been sleeping. You guys don't know how exhausted I am. Like, I feel like I'm living in a nightmare that I just can't sleep. I think I also have sleep apnea. I don't doubt that for a minute. Like, holy shit, I cannot sleep. And even when I'm sleeping, I feel like I'm awake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always in the lightest REM cycle ever. Like, I never hit the deep sleep ever. And so I feel like I'm a zombie. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I feel like I'm half awake, half sleeping. I'm just like completely out of it. And I've been completely out of it since Monday. Okay, so that's the backstory. Last night, I was sleeping and I was having pretty good sleep. Like, I was so tired that I was just passed out. In the middle of the night, I swear to God, this has never happened to me. I started getting hot dog hands and arms. So my biggest mistake was not opening my eyes, but I was so tired I couldn't open my eyes anymore. So I just felt like my hands were super heavy and I couldn't like feel them. Like, I was like trying to feel my arm. And I know I was sleeping like this for some reason. So it looks like I'm sleeping like I'm resting my hand on the pillow. But actually it was kind of like lifted. Like, it was lifted a little bit. Not like this much, but it was like lifted. So I was like, was I like, not getting enough blood or something? So I'm freaking out because I can't feel anything. And my hands are like hot dogs. Like, my fingers are hot dogs. I can feel they're very heavy, swollen. And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I haven't even opened my eyes yet because I'm so tired, you guys. So I'm literally sleeping like this. So I put my hand underneath my pillow and I just put my head on top of it and I can feel my hand decompressing. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, are you trying to tell me something? Like, it was like literally decompressing. So I was a little scared. I woke up and I found out that basically it could be the result of eating really salty foods. Now, I am swollen, like, I know that due to salty foods, but I've never had this issue before where in the middle of the night it just comes and goes. So throughout the day, I've been feeling it actually in my fingers now. Every once in a while, my fingers feel very heavy and swollen. So I have to watch my, my salt intake because I'm not trying to live like that. Like, that was scary, you guys. So that was happening in the morning. So going back to my driver incident. So this guy literally, so he's in this lane, I'm in this lane, there's 2 lanes, and he turns like immediately, and it's a red light, by the way, so he turns immediately into my lane, and I'm like, okay, whatever, that's weird, you cut me off, like, I'm not gonna make a big deal, because I'm tired as fuck. And he turns into the gas station that was right next to me, and I'm turning right at the red, right? And so what he's doing is he's trying to cut into the gas station so he can beat, I don't know, the people that are at the red light turning right. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do, but basically we're both trying to be on the same road. That's like literally how the road is. So I let this guy cut me off once because I don't give a fuck. You know, it's Monday morning, not Monday, but you know, it's early in the morning. I don't give a flying fuck what you do, bruh. Like, I don't care. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. So I'm just like, okay, weird. And so I turn right, and when I turn right, he just like cuts me off again. So he's like right in front of me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, the fuck? So are you trying to like cut me off? So I was like, let me just like move out of the way because I'm gonna speed up and like cut you off basically. But I wasn't trying to cut him off. I was just gonna be like, I'm in the middle of doing my own thing and I just don't want to be dealt with. Like, I don't want to deal with you kind of thing. Right? It wasn't like a road rage. It wasn't targeted towards him. I was just like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm so exhausted. Like, F you, dude. What was that? I thought someone was yelling at me. I was like, what the fuck? But I'm like, I'm so exhausted. I don't give flying fucks. So anyways, so there was a car right next to him. And I think what the goal was for him was he was trying to cut off that slow ass driver. And so anyways, I pull up next to him, but I couldn't pull up next to him because that car in the other lane was so slow, and I had to actually turn left. We both actually had to turn left anyways. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with him and just move back into my lane. And I think he just took offense to that or something, or maybe he was confused or something, I don't know. He starts acting so erratic. He starts cutting me off like this. He's like this. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, like, what the F are you trying to do? I'm just trying to get to work, bruh. It is literally 6 in the morning. Like, if you're that angry at 6 in the morning, you got issues, dude. Like, I'm just trying to get to work. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, my road rage is internal. Like, I'm not gonna go out and be mean to other people. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Just swear and move on with your day. Fuck them, fuck that car, fuck how slow they are, and move on. Like, what are you doing? Attacking people? The fuck is wrong with you? So, he's just like being weird about it, and we're turning left. We're both turning left in the same thing. So how it is basically there's a main road, and then there's the merger road. So obviously, if you ever driven before, merger is people who go in the front. I have to turn right in the merger lane. So I'm always going to be in the merger lane after I turn left. So what he do, because I think he thought, oh, I'm going to cut you off again. So he moved into the merger lane. And I'm like, buddy, I need the merger lane. Like, I'm just going to turn right. Like, you're an idiot. So he just drove normally afterwards. So as soon as he saw me turning right, he's like, he probably felt like an idiot. Like, he has no one to cut off now. So he's just like a stupid loser, and I hope, honestly, fuck being the good person, I hope he got into a car accident that day. I really do. I hope he had a car accident and he learned his lesson, because erratic driving is ridiculous. You are stupid as fuck if you have erratic driving. Like, just out of nowhere, he was just being an asshole, and I was like, I wonder if he knows that he's just an idiot. Like, he's not cool. He's not, like, scaring me. Like, this dude's an idiot. Like, I was scared a little bit because I was like, oh my god, am I gonna crash my car? Because, like, honey, that's, like, a lot of money. Like, I'm not, like, about to do this with you. But that's pretty much it. If he pulled a gun on me, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm gonna die. That's his fault, because he can't control his anger. But I don't give a two flying fucks about this dude. Like, I can't even believe that happened today because it feels like I lived a million lives today. I feel like this has been the longest day of my life. So that was one story. Then I get to work, and as soon as I get to work, it's like my friend, she has all this drama happening to her, and so she's like talking about it, and I was like, I actually haven't even sat down yet. So I was trying to train him on something, and he was like, I'm not getting this is stupid, let me go and like tell, you know, my boss this, like the boss that we have. And I was like, oh my god, like what are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna embarrass me? So I thought it was like a fun joke. Like I was just like, oh, this is funny, like you're so funny, because it is stupid. Like you're not even supposed to be doing this. Like you're just, this is stupid. Like I don't know why our boss is making you learn this. I think she's just like bored or something. So I'm like, this is funny. And so we go on about our day, and then, you know, we're talking to another person, and he shows him that sheet he made, and he's like, isn't this a good thing? Sorry, all of a sudden I can't hear I'm having issues right now this morning. So I couldn't hear for some reason on that side. But yeah, like I was like, isn't this funny? Like we're just having a good laugh about it. And I'm still thinking like, there's no way he's this serious about it. But then he's like, okay, I sent it to the boss. She said that we should have a meeting. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, doc? Like, I don't want to have a meeting. My goal is to never have as much interaction with the boss ever. Like, I want to fly under the radar. So, anyways, it's lunchtime. And I'm going down to get lunch. And I know this new guy, like, he gets his food at the cafeteria. I don't eat at the cafeteria, but I have to get my food because I DoorDashed it. So I had to go down. And so I'm like, you know, just talking to him. And then I realized, does he want to go have lunch with me? Like, he's following me around. And I was like, oh my god, I don't have lunch with anyone. Like, I just don't want to talk to anyone. Like, I was having an internal breakdown. I was like, I can't do this no more. Like, this is like an introvert, like, worst nightmare. So we're sitting there, we're having lunch, and I'm like, how do I politely say, I don't want to talk to you no more? Like, how do I politely just say this? Because no one has ever wanted to have lunch with me. I was like, did I say something? Did I do something? Like, oh my god. And he's a good guy, don't get me wrong. He's a good guy. I'm just an introvert. I just wanted to have lunch to myself. Like, I like to watch YouTube. And so then we had a meeting. And then the meeting, he brings it up. Like, it was at the end of the day. Like, it was literally, like, 5 minutes before we had to leave. He was like, oh, by the way, blah, blah, blah. Insert girl's name that saw the Excel sheet was like, she literally loved it. And it was a huge pause. And that girl was like, yeah, I liked it. We can see. I don't know. And she was just kind of, like, backtracking. And I was like, oh, God. She doesn't like it. Anyways, so I was like, oh my gosh, she's like super silent. She's not saying anything that she likes it or not. This is so embarrassing. And I don't even know if anyone's paying attention anymore. And he's going on and he's so passionate about it. I was like, oh my god, like it's totally. And I'm an empath too. So I'm like, I'm embarrassed for him. I'm trying to support him. But also I'm tired. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was having like emotional, like I'm completely shut down. I'm so tired, and I'm just also like, I have to defend my friend. Like, I don't know what to do because I'm also like, I just want to shut up. Like, just shut up. Let's stop talking. And eventually they're just like, my boss is like, yeah, I'll just go check. I'll just see how it goes. Like, he sent the Excel sheet to her. So she's like, I'm just going to see. I'll test it, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't want to say I got, like, bullied, but, like, 4 people were like, oh, you're supposed to do this, this, and this, that. And I'm like, I have never had that happen to me. Like, usually I'm very good at my job. Like, I'm very on top of it. So I was like, whoa, like, 4 people are coming at me saying I'm doing something wrong. Anyways, I'm done. I'm tired. I literally feel like my eyes are closing right now. So I don't know how much I'm going to keep in this vlog. Good night. I'm so fucking tired. Good night. Everyone starts sending me this message like, this girl is in the office. Like, the girl that, like, is always calling in sick. And she's like, she's in the office. She's in the office. And, like, everyone's sending me, like, these, like, popcorn gifs and, like, tea gifs. And I was like, this is so funny. Because everyone, like, knows about this girl now, and I'm like, this is funny because they're sending me all this stuff, but I'm also like, can we stop talking? Like, again, I'm still getting over the whole socializing thing, so I was like, oh my god, that's funny, but stop. Unfortunately, my popsicles didn't turn out that great. The handle didn't stick on, so it's just a puddle. But it is boozy. I did get drunk off this. The ones that did stick.